Today you will learn some powerful techniques behind the NASDAQ.
Welcome to the first episode of the NASDAQ trading course by Futures Flow. This may sound like an unfamiliar voice to many of you, but this is an AI. Nonetheless, let's get into it. With the NASDAQ strategy, there are two main components: the footprint and the fibs. This episode, we will be covering the topic of the Fibonacci retracement. Fibonacci retracement is derived from Fibonacci sequence, a mathematical sequence where its percentages consists of 23.6%, 38.2%, 50%, 61.8%, and 78.6%. These are typically the most common retracement levels. With Futures Flow strategy, he uses the 50% and a special golden zone called GZ. GZ consists of the 61.8% to the 65% fib level. Now, don't get retracement confused with extension, because the expansion levels are greater than 100%, while the retracement levels are less than 100%. Now, let's get into the areas where we look for the Fibonacci retracement. Before we go into open, check to see if we had a leg up during the overnight session or pre-market. If we did, mark out the lows to the highs. During open, we will look for a retracement into that zone. In that same scenario, if we get another leg up during open, we will draw another fib level from the overnight session low to the current New York Stock Exchange high. These are all levels we will be watching. Now let's talk about scenario 2. When we are sitting at session's low, we will sit out during open and wait for a leg up, as I have not been shorting the market with this strategy. Once we get that leg up during the New York Stock Exchange hours, we will mark out our low to high with the fib levels. Scenario 3 is after the first few hours or PM session, we will look for an expansive move up during the New York stock hours and mark out that low. Then the draw fib to the highs. Once again, we will look for a retracement into that level. There may be times when straight off the open or in the afternoon session, the market just keeps having impulsive moves up. On those days, look for the consolidation after the original impulse leg, or right before the impulse leg, and use that as the low for the Fibonacci. It all comes down to personal judgment whether you should draw the fib from the pre-market low or wait for a consolidation and draw the fib from there. Futures Flow draws every possible fib from a prominent low and keeps them on his chart. But he doesn't trade every fib. He waits for significant order flow to come in at a fib. That entry criteria on the actual footprint is the deciding factor whether a fib is high quality or not. Every day, either scenario 1 or 2 will happen in the AM session, but not every day will there be a setup. As a trader, no matter what realm of strategies you are using on a daily basis, patience and discipline must be in your arsenal, or you will fail even with the best of strategies. This is just one part of the strategy. Soon we will discuss the actual entry portion. But to find the levels, you must follow these steps. Some other things to note are these levels are found through the 5-minute chart, as this time frame is best in correspondence with the timing of the order flow. Now, for something important, we must discuss how to execute off these levels based on the order flow. But you will have to wait for episode 2 on that. And if you want to get these alerts live every day plus the signals, you should join Futures Flow in the Discord. Oh, and one last thing. I know many of you will likely complain that my AI teaching skills are at a far too fast pace for a human to process. Luckily for you, this is a video. Be sure to rewind and take notes, as that is the best way to process and learn this information. That is all for today's episode. Hope you found it clear and easy to understand. See you all in the next episode.